Hello everyone! In the 4 sessions of Module 1, we explained the important points for starting a startup. The specific themes were the problem to be addressed, the market size, the customers, and how to make money. You need to be clear about 4 things. What problem you are trying to solve for whom, whether the business can become a big business, who are the customers, for example, the people who pay you, and how you will get them to pay you. Are you in a position to explain these things concisely, no matter who asks you, at any time? Now, in this session, as a summary of Module 1, we will take a look at pitch slides from actual startups and explain them. Although each company expresses themselves differently, they all focus on the important points and have been successful in raising funds, so please use this as a reference. The startups I'll be looking at specifically are Dropbox and Paddle. Dropbox is a company that provides secure file sharing, team collaboration, and cloud storage solutions. I'm sure many of you use it. The founders are MIT graduates, and in 2007, they successfully raised seed funding of USD $1.2 million, which is more than 100 million in Japanese yen, with their original pitch deck. The company has continued to grow since then, and its market capitalization is USD $7.9 billion as of 2024. Let's start with the first slide, the cover. It's a very simple slide with just the company logo and the simple, easy-to-understand tagline, "Moving the world's files." There's no flashy decoration or long explanations at all. With this first slide, you can immediately understand what the company does. The next is the problem that they are working on. They are using photos as a visual aid to visually communicate the problem of messy storage. They are a software company, but it is fine to use photos of real workplaces. The goal is for the viewer of this pitch deck to understand at a glance, so there is no need to bother using online photos. Next, here are some specific problems customers face. By listing them concisely in bullet points, it is very easy to understand. In 2007, when they were about to start their business, the difficulty of working with multiple computers, the difficulty of sharing files within the team, the hassle of uploading photos and videos to the website, and the risk of losing files were major headaches. Here, as with their company's tagline, they summarize each problem very succinctly in just a few words. They also use 4 bullet points, which is not too many. It is more difficult to write short and concise sentences than long sentences, so please practice summarizing yourselves concisely. And how do we address these issues today? At the time, the methods of sharing files and data were emailed, saved on USB drives, or uploaded to a browser. In short, piecemeal solutions. To communicate their new solution to these problems, they listed 3 points that they would do if there was a perfect world. First, they would be able to access their files from anywhere and on any device. Second, they wouldn't have to worry about losing data, and they could always start over. Furthermore, data could be easily shared on the web with drag and drop. The problems that they listed as customer problems are clearly presented as solutions. Dropbox is a product that embodies these ideals. Dropbox's features are the ability to sync files across multiple computers and devices. The data is automatically backed up. The ability to access files from anywhere. And anyone can easily share files without specialized skills. If these things were realized, it would instantly solve customers' headaches, and they would immediately pay to use it. And it clearly explains why they should do it now, of all times. When Dropbox was founded in 2007, the characteristics of the time were the number of devices was increasing. Files were getting larger, and a lot of content was being created. In addition, in terms of working styles, colleagues were no longer working in one place, but rather in several offices, or with members scattered around the world working remotely. Furthermore, communication-related costs were becoming cheaper. In a sense, the online storage market was untapped and not established as a business, and the situation was similar to search before Google. These four factors were the driving force behind why Dropbox should be started now, and why it would rapidly expand as a startup if it was started. And the most important question is how to make money. That is, how to monetize. For individuals, spread the product for free. For small and medium-sized businesses, license agreements. And integration with third-party platforms. And you need to convince them why they, of all people, should take on this business and why they can do it. Dropbox was co-founded by two classmates at MIT. Both of them have backgrounds in technology. But Drew started coding at age 6, founded an online business for SAT preparation at age 14, and Arash was the director of the MIT programming competition. So as student entrepreneurs, they have enough experience to make investors think these two can do it. The sight of the two of them entering the office for the first time is also a fresh and promising boost for the company as a student startup. Dropbox pitch deck was concise and clear throughout, and the logic behind how they are solving problems for everyone, especially now, was very easy to understand. Above all, what resonates most with investors is that the problem that they are addressing meets the necessary conditions for a startup. Remember session 1. There were 5 elements: huge, growing, expensive, urgent, and frequent. We said that it is desirable for a startup to meet at least one of these, and preferably 2. It can be said that Dropbox meets all of these conditions. Sharing files and data is a huge and growing market that everyone is using. Despite this, data loss and inefficient methods are still a problem, and complaints about this occur daily. Since it is a service that both individuals and companies need, it can be said to be expensive. Since it meets all 5 elements, it is an ideal challenge for a startup. This pitch led to the company successfully raising USD $1.2 million in seed investment. Next, let's explain Pedal's pitch deck. Pedal is a UK startup founded in 2012 that provides sales management software for the software-related industry. It was founded with the goal of providing end-to-end support for all the complicated sales-related tasks specific to the industry, such as trials, license contract management, payment management, and business analysis, to improve business efficiency and enable people to focus on their core work. As of 2022, the company is valuing itself at $1.4 billion at a stage of Series D funding of $200 million. At that time, it was the newest unicorn in the UK. This first slide is the cover page. It is a design-focused slide with yellow and black as the main colors. This is effective in terms of visual accessibility. It shows that this company is focusing on branding. Next, they talk about the SaaS market they are targeting. It shows that the market is estimated at USD $397 billion as of 2021 and is expected to grow to nearly double that to USD $692 billion by 2025, emphasizing that this market is very large and is expanding. The way the slide is presented using contrasting black and yellow bubbles makes it easy to understand visually, and the message this slide is trying to convey can be seen at a glance. Next is a slide about the problems this industry faces. It specifically shows that, although it is a large market, there are many problems and the level of complexity involved in expanding globally. Tax compliance, payment methods with strong local characteristics in each region, fraud management, cross-border payments, management of subscription billing and renewals, and various analyses and reports related to operations are the 6 most typical problems that are obstacles for SaaS companies when expanding globally. Again, this slide uses contrast with the brand colors of black and yellow to succinctly convey the complexity of sales management in SaaS business along with specific processes. And here is a slide about how these issues are currently being dealt with. Each process was not originally designed for SaaS, so the current situation is that processes are just connected in a makeshift manner. This fragmented, non-centralized management shows that this is leading to delays in responding to new regulations and lost business opportunities. Paddle is trying to solve this problem. In one sentence, it is clearly communicated that Paddle is a platform for unifying the sales process for SaaS. Not only does it convey the message in words, but it also uses visuals in the dashboard to show what the platform looks like, making it easy to imagine the product. And here is a slide about market size. It explains in accordance with the TAM, SAM, SOM framework. Although it targets SaaS, it emphasizes how huge the scale of the entire software industry is as TAM, and how the market it is currently addressing is only a small part of it, showing great potential for growth. They also explain that this market is not just a growing market, but has the potential to grow rapidly, and explains the drivers behind this. App stores are extremely important in the software industry, but he explains that payment methods there are at an inflection point. At the time, Apple introduced its own payment system in protest against Apple's extremely high 30% commission on purchases on the App Store, which led to a lawsuit that led to external payment options being accepted. They argue that offering an external payment system on the App Store will be the catalyst that will enable the company to grow exponentially. Finally, here's the slide of the team. Unlike Dropbox, which used a pitch deck for its seed round, Paddle's pitch deck was at a more advanced stage in the series. So each member was suited to a particular function as the organization, and the slide also includes a board. In more advanced rounds, the company is already established, so it is important that the founders can run the company as an organization and continue to grow. so please use this as a reference. What's distinctive about Petal's pitch deck is that it is visually very easy to read, with a consistent yellow and black tone and manner throughout. Another impressive feature is that it uses specific numbers to emphasize the huge market that they are addressing. While Dropbox places emphasis on communicating the problem logically and concisely, Petals emphasize the numbers. Since the two companies have raised different rounds of funding, this is an effective structure for a pitch deck at both the early and more advanced stages of the series. Both companies have successfully raised funds in each pitch deck, so you can use them as reference depending on the stage of your business. Above, we have explained specific pitch decks for two companies. Although there are certain contents that should be included depending on the round, each company should have its own style of presentation. And we hope that you can find a style that suits you. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.